Well, again, YouTubers, give you another update here. We got the 8th coil on there finally and firing. So I'll show you guys that 8th coil. There it is. Finally got that thing on there. So now I got 8 of them on there. Each coil has at least 20 gauge wire on it. Some of them got 18. And there are 8 wires each on each coil. And 130 feet. Every wire I made 130 feet. So every coil should be almost the same. I just made them out of 3/4 inch wood, 3/4 inch piece of steel I got from Lowe's. It's like concrete bar or something, but it's true 3/4 inch. Magnets are the same that are on standard 1 3/8 by 2 inches by 1/2 inch thick. I think there's 22 of them. Something like that on the wheel. Now each one of these heat sinks has, some of them have 16 transistors on them, some of them got 14. See, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one has 14 right here. That one has 16. You can see like the middle bulb there isn't firing. I did that because I was maybe wondering later on eventually if I could link all the triggers together and then like take the trigger off of this one and stick it on that 8th circuit and have 8 firing on, or 16 firing on each one instead of 14, but I doubt I'll ever do that, to be honest with you. Each one of these have 14 or 16 transistors on it. I've got 8 on this side here and then 8 on the back side. And as what I do is I've got these 8 in the front on one coil, 8 in the back on another coil. 8 in the front here go to these 2 transistors, or capacitors, I'm sorry. The 8 in the back go to this capacitor. These 8 in the front are powered by one of these wall warts. There's my power block coming in. And basically that's how they all are. This one down here has 8 on one side, running on one capacitor. 8 on the other side, running on the other capacitor. I think that one's only got 7 because that was a smaller heat sink. I use these dual capacitors like this because I ran out of 400 volt capacitors. These ones are 250s, 250 1000s. But I did manage to have a lot of 400 volt capacitors, but I ran out. So I just used these doubles like this. I think these were 250 1000 also. Yeah, sure are. Now I've got 6 wall warts powering this thing. I've got 3 on this side right here, and they're all, I'm pretty sure they're all the same size. 12 volt, 2.67, 2.67, and 2.67. Yeah, they're all 12 volt, 2.67. One of these wall warts is powering 14 capacitors because I didn't have enough wall warts. I need 2 more wall warts to have 8. That way I can have a wall wart on every coil. But I'll eventually get there. I got 6 wall warts. Here's 3 right here. These 3 are plugged into this cord right here, which this cord runs right down here, right underneath my bandsaw there, plugged into that outlet. And that outlet is hooked on one circuit on my fuse box. one side, I'm trying to say, I guess, one side of my fuse box on the left side. Now this outlet right here is hooked up over there. It's that green cord. That is on the other side of my fuse box. I ran two separate lines out here, one from each side of the fuse box. And I've got 3 wall warts. All this, well, no, one was bigger. This was a 3 amp right here. Those were 2.67 like the other two, or other 3 on the other side. But this one's a 3 amp, and it's powering 2 over here also. You can see the little jumper wires right here. And 6 wall warts. Got 10 capacitors on here. And you know, I'm not sure exactly if that's good, if it's bad. You know, to be honest with you, I was sitting there thinking about it, and my dad seems to think that it's putting back more energy, putting back more power than it's using. That's how it's doing it. I'm not sure. You know, this is all skeptical stuff, but you know, I don't know. But my last month, my bill was super high. It was like $350, but my shower valve was out, and you could have filled a 5-gallon bucket with hot water in less than an hour. So I think that's why my hot water tank never shut off all month. But I was wondering, you know, if I have 6 wall warts, that means each wall wart's pulling power from the wall, 2.67 amps. You know, times that by 6. That's how many amps it's pulling from the wall, I speculate. So, you know, I don't know if it would be more effective if I were to hook up, you know, 1 wall, you know, or a couple wall warts instead of 6. That way there's less power being pulled out of the wall. But if I do, the wall warts overheat. You know, there's too many amps being drawn by that many circuits. So I would have to get like a, I don't know, a 10 amp wall wart or something, you know, on each side. But that would still be like having 6 of those hooked up. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen on my next bill. But just wanted to show you that all hooked up. That wheel is cooking now. I can't believe how fast it's going. You can hear my table squeaking because it's shaking it. I had no luck with this little guy. I don't know what happened. For some reason, it just keeps blowing transistors. I had 9 of them on there. I just didn't know if 9 was too many to have in a row. But, man, I'm having some issues with that thing, and I'm going to have to just redo the circuit boards on it. You can see I got one piece of the plexiglass on there. I had the other one on, but there's a piece over there. It goes on the back. Here's the one up at the top. But I was almost done, man. I had the lights all hooked up on the front. You can see the cord coming out now. I got the LEDs on the front of it all hooked up. So all I had to do was hook the LEDs up on the back, but now I'm having issues with it. But as soon as I get it resolved, I'll definitely have this video posted on this wheel running and stuff. One-handed here, so I can't really show you any readings on this crap, I don't think. Here, my luck, I'll blow something up here. Let's see if I can show you something. Let's see here. A lot of guys can use these suckers like chopsticks. Let's see here. If I can get these suckers in my hand. This ain't working too good. Alright, it's kind of, let's see here. Oh, I'm so close. Oh, is that it? There it is. That sucker's jumping all over. 350 something, I think, is about what it's doing. That was that little capacitor there. Let's see this sucker. Get a hold of it. Table's shaking like crazy. That ain't helping. That's this capacitor right here. And they're all averaging about that. You know, and it's really weird because I had that little wheel there. That little sucker there was charging those 2 capacitors up to 420 volts. You know, this thing here getting them up to about 350, 360. Pretty bizarre, but I don't know how to make a capacitor bank. That's what I'd like to do, is make like a super capacitor bank. I tried to watch videos on YouTube. I cannot figure it out. But if I had like a giant capacitor, or makes, you know, I've got a bunch of these little ones, but I don't know how to connect them together to make big banks. I'm not that skilled, but that's what I'd like to do, is try to hook bigger capacitors up. Maybe see if that, you know, does anything. I don't know if that'll get better results or not. You know, I'm not sure, but there she is. Anybody's got any help or needs any help, you know, be sure to message me. Always happy to give out any info if I got it. Thanks, you guys.